Cheers to you. Welcome to another edition of 5 to Live By on the 2822 Now app. I'm your host, news anchor Nick Toma. It's our version of show and tell. We like to say adult show and tell, only because we haven't had any children on here yet, but it'll work with kids too. Different topic, different day. The idea is to have our guests each week will bring on 5 things in their life that they couldn't live without. It could be something that motivates them, makes their day easier. It could be sentimental. It could be practical. And this way we find out a little bit about our guest and start a wonderful conversation. Our guest tonight is a guy I know you want to hear from. His name is Sam Zavada, and he is a reporter and kind of the unofficial, I should say, film critic for the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader. And, we're going to talk movies a little bit later, but we want to get to your 5 to live by. Well, first of all, welcome.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy that Times Leader publisher Carrie Miscavige got us together.
She was the one who I said, who's like the best movie critic in your building? And she said, you. That's nice. The thing, because I have a bit of a movie background in the sense that I was a film minor, film studies minor in college. I thought I was going to get into the movie industry at one point as a producer, maybe writer, and I kind of took a left-hand turn to TV news and never looked back. But I'm also a huge fan of movies. I was a paid film critic for a couple of years for a newspaper in North Jersey. So you and I have a lot in common. First of all, how long did it take you to narrow down your 5 to live by? Well, what I'm finding is most of our guests, the 5 like that, it's the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're having like, well, where do I fit 7 in? Sure. Do I switch out 4 with 9?
Right. Yeah, that was kind of my process. Basically, when you invited me on a couple months ago,
Started thinking about it, right?
Yeah. I started formulating like 1, 2, 3 came pretty quick, and then 4 through 12. That was the hard to narrow down to try to find like the 2 best of everything that could be there. So I tried to find things that were kind of symbolic of bigger pictures in my life.
Well, don't question your decision. You got your 5.
I feel good about it.
You can go in any order you want. Let's start with number 1. You can pull that out of the. I like that we got a little shopping bag there. That's great.
Yes, a shopping bag.
We went low budget on this one.
Yeah, Spirit of America for Veterans Day when we were filming this. Very appropriate. I actually do have these in a certain order, trying to get a little narrative going here. Okay. So number 1 is the most important item on my desk at the Times Leader is this photo of me and my girlfriend Oksana.
Okay.
And she's holding one of our 2 cats.
I should have called it a little bit closer to that camera over there. Yeah.
Sure.
As that tree, as they used to say back in the Johnny Carson days. Which tree do I look at?
That's right. Yes. So.
How long have you 2 been together?
We've been together for, at the time of this recording, it's about 9 months right now.
Okay, there you go.
So yes, we have added to our little family here since this photo was taken. We have another little cat named Klaus now.
And what was the first one's name?
Ren.
Ren.
Yes.
And Klaus.
Yes.
Is there like a story behind that? Those are little odd names.
The name of Ren that predates me, so that one I can't speak much to. But Klaus came from kind of Amish country, Pennsylvania Dutch country, so we kind of wanted to theme that a little bit. He's a little white cat, so he's got a Christmas vibe. So we want to have like some kind of Christmas thing, and so Santa Claus, Klaus, kind of reworked.
Cats are I don't know how much experience you had with cats, but back years ago, but they operate on a different level than dogs. They don't need us. They find humans when they want to be entertained and be scratched, and then they go away for a little while. I don't need you anymore.
Yeah,
let me know what time's dinner.
Yeah, definitely the vibe we get from Ren. She's a little bit more stubborn and kind of only wants us when she needs us. Klaus could lay on us all day, and he's very happy with that.
They get along. They're okay.
Yeah, they've got a very older sister, younger brother dynamic going on. So we've got our hands full with those 2. Only other thing that I want to mention about this photo is that just before we met each other, I went to the Chinese buffet up at the mall. And in my fortune cookie, my fortune was you will be successful in love. So
Wow.
I kept that because I really liked that. I was like, oh, I hope that's true. And then not too long after
look at
that,
that.
I met Oksana, and the fortune cookie. A fortune cookie has never been more right.
Wow, okay.
So,
So
yes.
see that there's could be a true fortune in your next fortune cookie.
For
Very
sure.
good.
So
Excellent.
I
Okay.
definitely had to bring that along.
Well, you have great taste. She's a beautiful woman too.
Awesome. Yes.
All
yes.
right.
We have a great time. so.
Awesome. Okay, that's number one. Let's get to number two.
Sure. So number 2 on my list, kind of a sad tinge to this one a little bit. So I just want to prepare
It's
you
okay.
for that.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of sports fandoms. So I'm a football fan and a baseball fan, a basketball fan, hockey, all of those things kind of swirling in my head. So I wanted to bring something sports relevant with me. And I also wanted to bring something history relevant with me as well. So I kind of tried to mash those things together with my second item, which is this Boston Bruins jersey that I've got here.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not a Boston Bruins fan, but what
Okay.
really matters here is the name on the back. Okay, so name on the back, if we could see here, is Bailey.
All right.
Which is a reference to a player from the 70s predominantly. His name was Garnet Bailey, but they called him Ace Bailey.
Okay.
He was kind of a mentor to Wayne Gretzky, and then he ended up becoming a scout for the LA Kings. So anyway, that part of Garnet Bailey's story is kind of scratching the sports fan in me. But the reason why I wanted this jersey is because he's got kind of a sad historical importance as well. He was actually one of the victims of the 9/11 attacks.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was really kind of inspired by learning more about him, kind of being a history buff, and then learning that there was this whole sports career that he had, again, like connected to Gretzky and all these famous hockey players and everything. So kind of combining those two things. That's why I wanted to bring the
Interesting.
jersey
Wow.
along. Yes,
Okay. Yeah. I
yes.
think even hockey fans might not have heard that name.
Yeah, it's a fairly rare name to hear, just kind of out in the wild. But
How did you end up getting the jersey? Did you buy it off of a sports memorabilia website?
it was like on the Boston Bruins store. So the Bruins have done a really good job of kind of recognizing his importance to the franchise
interesting.
and all
Okay.
of that history too. So,
All
so yes, that is item number 2.
Yeah. Let's get to number 3.
Sure. Okay.
So far, very diverse.
Yes, we're running the
We've had
spectrum
some
here.
guests really lean heavily towards the sentimental part of this
Yes.
podcast. Other have leads practical. So yeah, all right.
Gotcha. Yes, I went not extremely practical
Okay.
here. First one definitely practical. My other 4 items mostly sentimental. So item number 3 is a video game, because in addition to being interested in films, I also like to play a game every once in a while too. Definitely the series that I'm most invested in is one that I've been invested in for about 25 years, basically since the time that I could remember. It's a game series called Kingdom Hearts, which blends like Japanese anime, Final Fantasy type animation with Disney characters.
Oh,
it's
wow.
a very interesting
You don't think those
blend.
two would blend in?
Yes, that is kind of the magic of
Anime
Kingdom
has its
Hearts.
own little sort of separate
Yes.
genre, I guess you want to say. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. But Disney kind of let them into the fold 2002 time. And it's a franchise that continues to run.
Yeah, show it up there real quick. I want people to see if they're interested in it. And that's still available, or is that?
It is. Yes. All the Kingdom Hearts games are very available now, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of the most recent relevant title.
And it sounds like when they used to have the old movie, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes.
Only one man can save him. What happened to that guy? You don't hear him anymore. In
movie trailer voice guy. Yes. He was doing the voices still when Kingdom Hearts 3 came
Oh,
out.
he
That
was,
was like
okay.
2019, so he was still in business at that time.
All right.
But yes, so
Interesting.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was
Very
kind of
good.
a cultural reset for me and my
Is this like
friends
after
these
work, or like 2 in the morning? Because we have a couple guys here who
both.
play like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it really doesn't stop. It's one of those games that's very hard to.
Oksana
disconnect
knows
from.
about this.
She does.
She
Yeah,
does.
she
All right, I
does.
want to make
yes.
sure she's.
I think as of late, I've spent less Kingdom Hearts time, but it is still there, and
Smart man.
I still make my time
Smart
for it.
man.
So yes.
All right, let's get to number 4.
Sure. Kind of sticking with a Disney theme here, actually. It's interesting that I have 2 Disney-related items with me. This time I have a record, and we're getting closer to talking about films because this is the record for the score of the Pixar movie Soul.
Oh, okay.
By Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, famously of Nine Inch Nails.
Sure, yeah. Trent Reznor had a great career in the band and also now just on many scores, right?
Yes. Two-time Oscar winner. Him and Atticus Ross have really kind of carved out their niche in film now. So, the Soul soundtrack was kind of like mind-blowing in 2020. You know, it was absolutely the pits of the pandemic.
It's funny, I have to say, I have not seen it.
It's a great time, man.
I'm going to put that on my list.
Yes, please add it to the list. I think, and then listen to the score separately after.
I noticed you have the album.
Yes.
So you have a turntable, clearly.
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of making, vinyl's making a huge comeback. I never ever thought I'd say that 20 years ago.
Yeah. How about that, right? When CDs kind of rose, vinyl took a back seat, and now that's
sounds better. I like the sound of the needle on the vinyl. But yeah, that's great.
Totally. Yep. And this one I think sounds really good in vinyl too. So
all right.
If you'd like to borrow it, let me know.
All right, you got it. Yeah. All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll take a bit of a break and talk movies. We got number 5.
Sure, yes. And number 5 is a movie, so it's going to be a really nice segue into our next segment there. I was thinking of you, man. I'm thinking of you and your producer. I got you. All right, so what we've got here is the Criterion Collection version of the movie Sound of Metal, which was a Best Picture nominee, also 2020.
I believe I saw this. This is about the drummer.
Yep.
Yes. This is an excellent, I'm assuming it was an independent feature, right? Sound of Metal,
Yeah, Sound of Metal, that was a movie that I kind of accidentally wrote and made during my King's College time. I basically made a short film that almost totally grasp what the moral of this movie is. So then when I actually saw it, I was like, wow, this is great. Also, I feel like I've seen this somewhere before because it reminded me a lot of this short film. So it's kind of representative of my own creative juices and also the love of film. I think it's a great movie.
So you've actually made some short films?
Yeah. That is something that I've had in the arsenal. It's been a little while, but anytime there's a video project or something at the Times Leader, I'm usually the guy who they'll send that over to.
How many movies have we seen? I think Tangerine by was it Sean Baker? Was made on his iPhone.
The iPhone, sure.
Again, 30 years ago when I was in film school, that wasn't even thought about. Couldn't even do it.
Yeah. Pretty mind-blowing stuff. This one not quite made on an iPhone, but still pretty indie.
Sound of Metal. If you're looking for a good movie, adults, that is a really good one.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to come back with more 5 to Live By. We'll talk movies with Sam Zavada, who's the unofficial movie critic of the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader. Coming back, 5 to Live By. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Part 2 of this week's 5 to Live By. It's free, by the way, on the 2822 Now app. Quick plug for Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, any one of those places, you will find us. Sam Zavada is a reporter with the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader, and he's also the unofficial film critic. So in the second part, I wanted to talk about movies. We're a ways away from the Oscar nominations.
Yes.
We've already seen some pretty good movies this year. Give me your kind of 2 or 3 picks you think will be on that list eventually.
Yeah, I could tell you that the top 2 right now for my Oscar predictions are both movies that a lot of people already have seen. One of them is Sinners, which came out in the first half of the year. That's kind of the genre-bending musical vampire horror movie, directed by Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Another collaboration for those two after Black Panther, Fruitvale Station.
All right.
You're definitely going to see that on a lot of Oscar lists.
Didn't do great. How did it do at the box office?
Sinners did really well.
It did well.
At the box office. Yeah. It's one of the highest grossing, just purely original films. Definitely since the pandemic kind of set everything back, but really of all time, so it really is a genre bender and kind of a wild ride. So I currently have that nominated for 13 Oscars.
Wow,
so
interesting.
That's
Okay.
going to be very high on
What's
the
the
list.
other one or two?
The other one is One Battle After Another, which was just released.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So
I
kind
usually
of a-
see every P.T. Anderson movie there
Yep.
is. In fact, one of my favorite movies of all time is Magnolia.
fun.
It is in my top probably 7 or 8 all
Nice.
time.
Awesome.
He
awesome.
has a way of telling a story that is very different. It's like almost Tarantino. He doesn't tell a story straight,
Sure.
beginning, middle, end. And sometimes I always find his movies you have to watch twice to
yes.
really get the full zing of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And this one was great, huh?
It really was, yeah. I mean, my experience with Paul Thomas Anderson has been a little bit mixed. Like I'll watch the films and I'll appreciate them a lot. There will be blood. I mean, of course, you're gonna appreciate all of the technical aspects and the performances. None of them really quite hit me so hard. And then I saw One Battle After Another, and I was
Wow,
like,
okay.
actually, I get the Paul Thomas Anderson hype. Finally, I'm the
Okay.
last person to get there, but I am there now. So
Yeah, it's good. Again, it's DiCaprio. I thought it would do a little bit better with the box office thing. It had a
Yeah,
good
right.
opening weekend.
That's the one that struggled. Yeah, definitely. One Battle After Another, kind of shaky release there. It really didn't have a ton of competition from what I remember. It just, didn't quite grab people's eyes quite
Also,
enough.
I think sometimes people go, it's a nice weekend out. I'm not going to spend it in a theater. I'll wait till it comes on a streaming service.
Yep.
Fill in the blank. Yeah. All right. Anything on the third on the list?
I think that there are basically 4 locks for Best Picture. So if I may, one of them is Hamnet. That is a like Shakespearean era film that's coming out a little bit later this year.
Okay. I haven't seen that yet, but I
Yeah,
heard it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's that'll be floating around probably trailers on TV and stuff pretty soon. That's directed by Chloe Zhao. She won for Nomadland a couple of years ago.
Love that movie. I think
Yes.
it won Best Picture.
It
that
did.
year.
It did,
Love
yeah.
that movie.
So she's coming back with another Oscar-relevant film. That'll
Okay.
be Hamnet. And the other one that I think is basically a lock was a big showstopper at the Cannes Film Festival earlier this year. That's Sentimental Value. It's
okay.
from
Heard of it.
Norway. Yes, the director is Joachim Trier. He made a little bit of noise at the Oscars with a movie called The Worst Person in the World a couple of years ago, but this film is a much bigger deal. It's got some names that people recognize. Stellan Skarsgård is in it, and Elle Fanning. They'll probably both be nominated as far as we can tell right now.
Okay.
So yeah, looking at Sentimental Value. And Cannes is the place where the Oscar season kind of starts. So
It kind of starts. That's usually what, March, something like
Yeah,
that. April.
yeah.
It's funny. It used to be Sundance, but that's
Right.
so far. That's in January, and
Sure.
people. I find Oscar voters. Do you agree? Have kind of short-term memories. in a way?
Definitely. Yeah.
Usually.
It's like if the movie doesn't come out in November or December, it's got a really tough sled. So that I mean is really impressive for movies like Sinners and One Battle After Another, that they're most definitely going to stay in the memory.
Let me ask you this: the movie that I saw recently was the Springsteen movie, "Deliver Me from Nowhere."
Yeah.
I don't own a single Springsteen record, even though I'm originally from New Jersey. I like him as an artist, and I think he's a terrific performer. Just the music really didn't move me in a big way.
Sure.
But I wanted to see this, biopic about Springsteen, and because I love Jeremy Allen White, I'm a huge fan of the show The Bear.
Yep.
I love the movie, and it got kind of average reviews, and from what I understand, it has not done well at the box office. Why? What's the reason for that? I would thought it would be. It's got one of the biggest performers we've had in the last 50 years. I'm surprised it hasn't done better.
Yeah, I am also surprised by that, especially coming off of the hype of things like Bohemian Rhapsody and Elvis and Complete Unknown, which like none of those movies I think are like creative firestorms or anything like that. So
No.
if people are like tired of the music biopics, why did they just randomly stop with Bruce
At
Springsteen?
this one, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It is very random to me.
Do you think it has have to do with it? It does take place. It's not your classic biopic where it says, "Oh, Springsteen was born in New Jersey in 1945,"
Right.
and goes. It's not that way at all. It takes place in a very specific time period in his life where he was making this album. This essentially was a folk album called Nebraska, and he was dealing with some mental illness. And so it really concentrates on about a 4-year period of his life. There's some concert footage that's really well done.
Sure.
And it's not a classic imitation. Jeremy Allen White, the actor, did not set out to imitate him.
Right.
And I thought that worked better.
Yeah, my sense is that I would like that a lot more. I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge fan for kind of like that conventional, like, born to death kind of style of biopic. I think A Complete Unknown partly got that right by kind of focusing on one.
I like that
section.
one as well.
Yeah.
Monica Barbaro, who played Joan Baez.
Yes.
The first time you see her, superstar.
Sure.
This woman is going to have a brilliant career.
Yes,
I
yes.
can't wait till I see the next thing she's done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to throw a couple. I wrote a couple of little sort of just random thoughts. I want to get your first takes on. Ready?
Yeah.
Best movie that you've seen in the last, I'm going to say 15 years. Mine is Magnolia, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Released in the past 15 years?
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, just the first maybe one or two that come to your mind.
Sure. The first one that comes to mind is Get Out. The Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, that's another good one, yeah.
That's the first one that comes to mind. I think, oh boy, 15 years. It's hard to like think of that
right?
as
I can't
being
think
2010.
of last
right?
year.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would put Oppenheimer in
Yes,
there too. That's a
definitely.
brilliant film.
Yep.
What's interesting about Oppenheimer too, it talks about the I think the strength of our movie industry, and it shows you that people do still like to go to the movies. Remember, that came out almost simultaneously with the Barbie movie, and I love them both for very different reasons.
Sure.
You could not get two movies that are more opposite, and yet people went in droves to see both of them. I think that says a lot about people enjoying the movie experience.
Yes,
that has not died.
That was such an enjoyable time to be a movie fan. You know, people were so enthusiastic about those people. Even people who like maybe would only go to the movies once or twice a year, they were going once or twice during that time. I mean, it was such a vibrant time to go to the movies, and everybody was dressed in pink. But then they were going to Oppenheimer. It was so cool.
I know people who saw both of them at the same day.
Yeah,
which is like a 7-hour.
That's a hike. Yeah, that is big.
I just thought both were brilliant.
Awesome.
Okay, let's say underrated. This is a sort of a random thought. Most underrated Spielberg film.
Oh,
because you could think, okay, Raiders, class, right?
Sure,
okay.
sure.
You got, there's like Schindler's List is a big one.
Yeah, right. Anybody could say
underrated.
that,
It's sort of under the radar.
Right. Well, are you familiar with the film that came out a couple years ago? I know it got like really good reviews. It was the Best Picture nominee, but The Fabelmans, though.
Oh, I love The Fabelmans.
It was kind of understated
kind of
Spielberg.
Vaguely sort of about his sort of semi-autobiographical.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, I like kind of exploring the creative journey through that specific person's eyes. I mean, obviously, the Sammy Fabelman character is a very quick stand-in for Spielberg.
For Spielberg,
but it is kind of interesting to see an artist kind of tell their own biography in film form, not writing it.
And
so
I
think
would
that's
see
very
anything that Michelle Williams is in.
Yes,
she could read a
yes.
phone book. I'd sit there and watch it for 2 hours. I think she's just a brilliant actress. My vote for that one, by the way, is Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Leonardo,
that's a fun pick, too.
a relatively young Leo DiCaprio.
Sure.
He would play the, I can't remember the gentleman's name, Frank something or other, but he was essentially a con artist.
Yeah.
And he was so good that when Tom Hanks finally catches him, he makes him work for the FBI
Sure.
to catch other con artists. It's a brilliant movie.
Lots of fun.
How about Best Actor to Never Win an Oscar?
Could I change the prompt a little bit and
Sure.
say the best actor to never be nominated?
Oh, a better one. Okay, go for it.
Yes, because I think that is the classic golden age character actor Edward G. Robinson.
Wow, that's
Yes.
going back old school.
Yes. How did Eddie Robinson never get nominated
Could have
for
sworn.
an Oscar?
You know what? You might be right. I guess he's never.
So weird.
But you know what? Alfred Hitchcock never won an Oscar.
Yeah, how about that?
He had a Best Picture, but he didn't win Best Director. Isn't that
Sure, sure.
amazing? Clearly,
Yeah.
one of the most influential people in the business. Yeah.
Kubrick never broke through.
never won it, yeah.
Visual effects Oscar, but not the director. So strange.
My vote for that one is Ralph Fiennes.
Nice. Cool.
Been nominated a couple times. If you haven't seen Schindler's List, he brought the SS officer is just. It's like he brought a new level of evil.
Yes.
To that. Don't you agree with this? Playing evil isn't hard. I'm not an actor, but playing evil isn't so hard. We've had a lot of bad examples of that the last 50 years.
Right.
But playing evil with multi-layered nuances,
Sure.
that's hard. We saw it in Heath Ledger with the Batman film.
Yep.
Right.
I think it's hard to capture evil with like both of those characters that we're kind of referencing. They've got like this element of chaos to them. I think it's kind of creepily restrained and
great
SS officer.
Great word for it, because you know he's explosive and there's an evil to him, but he, especially in Schindler's List, that character goes about his business as if he's going to like a factory job.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Yeah. It's very disturbing.
Okay, how about best documentary in the last last one, really great one you saw? I could think of a couple.
You're familiar with No Other Land? That was the best documentary winner last year. It was kind of a...
I heard about it.
Yeah, kind of a Palestinian Israeli conflict tale there.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty intense stuff. That would be the first one to come to mind.
Mine is OJ Made in America. It was an ESPN documentary. I want to say it was about 8 or 9 parts.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So many levels about how he got to the stage he got to, and it just how it reflected not only sports but America.
Sure, and really long form too.
Yes.
A lot of content in that time.
Very rarely do you see documentaries have that long form.
Yep.
How about this one? And this was sort of an outlier. Biggest miss at the Oscars that you can remember recently. I had one that really stood out to me.
Like a nominee,
or maybe didn't get nominated, or that one that shouldn't have won that year.
Well, those might be more plenty.
Those were a lot of those, right? First, so let's start with Citizen Kane.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think Citizen Kane losing Best Picture probably stands out. I think The Wizard of Oz losing Best Picture is kind of mind-boggling.
One, right?
But the holy grail of that is Singin' in the Rain not being nominated for Best Picture. That hurts me.
I would never have guessed that. Do you know who won that year? I can't remember.
It was The Greatest Show on Earth, which makes it even worse. Even had High Noon. High Noon was a nominee. You could have had High Noon as the Best Picture winner, but they still chose.
That's what kills you when you see a movie that was painfully average or just not great, and the other 5 nominees were brilliant.
Yeah, right. That does happen.
Wow. Yeah. Citizen Kane, I think, won for Best Original Screenplay.
Yes.
But that was about it. The one I had written down, and both of these movies were great, but I thought La La Land should have won the year that Moonlight won. Moonlight was a really good, well-made independent film that was about a subject matter that was, not everybody's going to make that kind of movie. So it had its place, but boy, La La Land knocked me out. I love everything that is it Damien Chazelle?
Damien Chazelle,
has done. He's amazing.
Yeah. He did Whiplash and then
Whiplash,
La La Land,
and
so
as
he was on a run.
Being a drummer, Whiplash meant something to me because I had kind of a crazy music teacher. He never threw a cymbal at my head, although I'm sure he wanted to. Yeah. There's a couple movies right there: La La Land and Whiplash.
Yes.
Excellent. We have just about a minute and a half left. I'll see if I can get this one in under the radar.
Yeah.
Best performance by an actress, the last one you really remember.
Emma Stone in Poor Things.
Oh, she was terrific. Won the Oscar.
Yeah. And deservingly so. I think that was probably the best performance, actor or actress, that I've seen.
She's another one. I could watch her read a phone book. She's amazing. My pick for that. Do you remember Sally Hawkins in Shape of Water?
Oh yeah.
Just she was nominated, didn't win that year.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good time to be a Del Toro fan right now too, with Frankenstein.
Another really good one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
It's been fun talking movies with you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
We'll do this again. Maybe I don't know. Once the Oscars, what's that? Usually March, April, something.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. After nominations, before the ceremony. Let's do it again.
That man is Sam Zavada, and he is the reporter and unofficial movie critic for the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader. I appreciate you coming down.
Thanks so much for having me, man.
Real quickly, what is your 5 to live by? Email me, ntoma@2822news.com. I want to see your list. Hey, you know what? You might be a guest on our podcast, free on the 2822 Now app. 5 to live by. I'm Nick Toma. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.